What does it mean to be truly mature? At its core, maturity isn't about age or experience. It's about how you think, specifically, your ability to embrace what I call gray thinking. Most people operate in a binary framework. They see the world in black and white. You're either successful or a failure, a good person or a bad one. Your emotions are either positive or negative. Every decision feels like an either slash or trap, A or B, with nothing in between. But this kind of dualistic thinking? It's the root of self-doubt, inner conflict, and endless emotional exhaustion. Let me give you an example. Imagine you see your emotions as either good or bad. Naturally, you'll chase the good ones, happiness, excitement, and try to eliminate the bad ones, sadness, frustration. But what happens when you're feeling low? You start beating yourself up. Why can't I be happier? What's wrong with me? The more you fight it, the worse it gets. This is why gray thinking is so crucial. It's the antidote to this destructive cycle. It's the mindset that allows you to see beyond good or bad and embrace the complexity of life. Let me break it down into a few key points. 1. Redefine your self-perception. Stop dividing your traits into strengths and weaknesses. Your characteristics are neutral, they're just tools. Take stubbornness, for example. When it serves your goals, it becomes determination. When it works against you, it's inflexibility. Same trait, different outcomes. The point is this: your traits aren't inherently good or bad. They're double-edged swords, and it's up to you to manage them. This shift in thinking frees you from self-criticism. Instead of tearing yourself down, you focus on sharpening the edges that matter. 2. See emotions as signals, not enemies. Your emotions aren't trying to sabotage you. They're like road signs, they're there to guide you. Anger? It's telling you something feels unfair. Sadness? It's pointing to a loss or unmet need. When you stop labeling emotions as good or bad, you can start to listen. What is this feeling trying to teach me? What's the root cause? This approach doesn't just reduce emotional exhaustion, it helps you grow. 3. Understand the complexity of people. We love to label people, they're heroes or villains, winners or losers. But real life isn't a comic book. Every person is a mosaic of strengths, weaknesses, pain, and potential. Gray thinking allows you to see people for who they really are: flawed, complicated, human. That perspective fosters empathy. It strengthens relationships. And it reminds you that no one, including yourself, needs to be perfect to be valuable. 4. Find the hidden opportunities in events. Here's a universal truth: good things often come wrapped in bad packaging, and bad things can lead to incredible growth. Lost your job? That's terrifying, but it might be the push you needed to start your own business. With gray thinking, you stop categorizing events as purely good or bad. Instead, you start asking, what can I learn from this? How can this serve me? 5. Expand your choices. In binary thinking, decisions feel like traps. Do you choose A or B? But with gray thinking, you realize there's almost always a third option, C, or even a completely new path, D. For instance, if you hate your job, the choice isn't just to quit or stay miserable. Maybe you negotiate a better role. Maybe you start a side hustle. The possibilities multiply when you refuse to see life in terms of absolutes. When you embrace gray thinking, you unlock a new way of living. You're no longer trapped by rigid categories or artificial limits. You stop striving for perfection and start valuing progress. You'll realize the world isn't a zero-sum game. It's an infinite playground for growth and discovery. You'll learn to allow life to unfold, free from the fear of failure or judgment. And that's true freedom. That's maturity. So ask yourself, are you ready to stop seeing the world in black and white and start embracing the infinite shades of gray?